Hi, did you just land on this video in a lookout for a quick yet detailed journey through Todoist? Well, then let's not waste much time and let's get started. Todoist Overview. Why use Todoist? Todoist is the perfect tool for managing all your day-to-day tasks. It is a cloud-based service and has a simple design that allows you to start using it within the first 5 minutes of downloading it. But it's flexible enough to manage sophisticated projects that involve numerous steps and multiple team members. Todoist is a task management application that helps to manage your personal and professional productivity. You can use it to manage your tasks from a smartphone, tablet, or computer. Todoist has 3 plans of service: free, premium at $36 per year, and business at $60 per person per year. The company gives discounts to students, educators, and non-profit organizations. Who uses Todoist? The customers. The amazing companies that use Todoist and get their task management organized and out of their heads into their to-do lists include AOL, NASA, Netflix, Balconvator, Business Insider, CRU, Fundaid, Parse.ly, PC Magazine, Productivitist, Raytheon, The Story Sketcher, The Verge, Travelocity, Your Digital Life, and many more. How to access Todoist? A huge part of what makes Todoist such a wonderfully productive app is that it's packaged full of features, but it never feels overwhelming. Todoist has apps for every major platform: Android, iPhone, iPad, macOS, Windows, Android Wear, Apple Watch, browser extensions, and the web app. Todoist offline mode is automatically activated whenever you don't have the access to the internet on the mentioned platforms. Any changes that you can make in Todoist while offline will be automatically synced with the server as soon as you reconnect to the internet. Pricing. Todoist is basically a free application, but you can always upgrade to a pro plan for $3 per month billed annually, bringing more projects, collaborators, and backups. The business plan costs around $5 per user per month billed annually, bringing more projects, team inbox, admin controls, and more. Getting started with Todoist. Signing up to Todoist. Signing up to Todoist is easy peasy and it only takes a while. Simply click the sign up button and you're taken to the browser. Here you have different options to continue with, or you can enter your email address and later enter your name and password. Now you can sign in here. Todoist interface. The basic dashboard of Todoist is simple and easy to figure out. Views. On your left hand side you will find a console with 3 types of views: Inbox, Today, and Upcoming. Project labels and filters. It lets you organize your projects and classify those projects with labels and filters. The top bar. On your top left, you can find a bar where there are menu and home buttons and a search bar. On the right, you can find a plus sign to create your task, productivity tab, notifications, and profile tab. The main pane. This is where you can find all your tasks, calendars, and other files. Todoist Planner. Todoist is basically a planner. It helps you organize your personal or day-to-day tasks and stay focused. Todoist offers 3 different planning methods: the Inbox, Today, and Upcoming methods. It can also be categorized within the View section. The Inbox. This is the area where you can quickly add tasks as soon as it hits your head and store it safely. These tasks may not belong to any project and later can be classified into projects when you find time. Today View. The Today View lets you see all the tasks due today across all your projects. You can check in here every morning to make a realistic plan to tackle your day. Upcoming view. If you want to see all your upcoming tasks at a glance and quickly organize them in one place, try the upcoming view. You'll be able to check on approaching deadlines, easily create or reschedule tasks to better fit your schedule, and review your plans for days, weeks, or even months ahead. Features and functionality. A feature is a unique quality or characteristic that an application has. In this section, you will learn about the key features of Todoist and decide if this application will be of your best interest. The mobile app. One of the top features that comes with Todoist is its mobile app for Apple, Android, and Windows. Focus building. You can highlight the most important tasks, keep key projects at top, and set reminders while using the Pro feature. Collaboration. You can divide your tasks by delegating tasks to other people and check notifications to stay alert about comments, task completion, and more. View. You can quickly add tasks to save your time, add recurring due dates to build habits, and also add sections and subtasks to stay organized neatly. Task personalization. Build your own task views by setting the board view. Set labels to find the right group for your task. Filters can give you custom views based on due dates, projects, etc. You can also set the themes with the Pro plan. Centralization. You can simplify your workflow by creating tasks via email. You can forward emails to Todoist and create tasks automatically. You can add voice notes, comments, and upload files to give rich context to your task. You can also display your tasks inside a calendar. Visualize productivity. You can set goals and view productivity trends. You can view productivity by weeks and months to know your achievements. The activity history gives you an insight of account activity. You can add completed tasks to archives as a display of task achievements and can also view your productivity in the Karma tab. Integrations. You can integrate Todoist with various applications you already use, such as the Google Calendar, Dropbox, Chrome, and more. How to set up your first task in Todoist. We will be talking about the basics of Todoist from beginning to end and learn how to create projects, tasks, and subtasks while using Todoist. Creating projects. The menu panel on your left has the Projects tab, as you can see, and here is where you will later find your projects listed. You will find a plus sign as you hover your mouse on the Projects tab, and when you click on it, it takes you towards creating a new project. At first, you enter the project name. Color coding. You can also color code similar kinds of projects. For example, I choose the color violet from the drop-down list for study-related projects. Add favorites filter. You can add projects to favorites. It is kind of a filter which lets you easily find your favorite projects later. Views. Down here, you can choose between the list and board style views. I will stick to the list view for now. Now here what you see on the top is the project name. Building task. What you see right below the project name along with the plus sign is where you get to add a task by clicking on it. You can also add a task from the plus sign at the top. A dialog box pops up where you can type your task and also add any required description. Filters. What you see right below the description is a list of icons to add filters to your task so that later you can easily sort and find your task. Scheduling due dates. Right below your task description is a small icon of a calendar. Here is where you can set a due date from the calendar and also set a time and pick a time zone. Assigning projects. The next icon is where you can click to add the same or different project from the drop-down list. Alternatively, you can type hash and the project name while writing a task. Adding labels. On the right-hand side of the dialog box, below you find a tag or label icon. You can type a label you need to add to your task so that later you can sort it out using the label. Alternatively, while typing your task, if you type the @ symbol, you can also directly type the label into your task. Setting priority. The next icon down here is the priority icon. You can click on it to find a list of priority levels, which can later help you quickly identify or filter tasks according to their priorities. Alternatively, you could type P1 or P2 directly along with your task name to add a priority filter. Adding reminders. You could also filter the task by adding reminders to it, but this feature is only available with the Pro version, not with the free version that we are using right now. Adding comments to a project. On the top of the dialog box, you can find the comments section. If you click on it, another dialog box appears. On your top left-hand side, you will find the name of the project, indicating what project the comment will be added to. You can type a comment here. Attaching files, voice notes, and emojis. From down below, you find 3 different options. You could attach files here from your computer. Todoist also has the option to add voice notes and make things more understandable. Third option is to add an emoji and add expressions to your comments. Actions history. The second tab you can find here is the activity tab. Here you can find a list of your past actions on this project stored in a time and date-wise order to help you keep track of your actions. Collaboration. Next to the Comments tab is the Sharing icon. You can either share your project with a member from another project or invite them to Todoist typing their emails here. You could alternatively first enter the project by typing #project name and then type plus and add the collaborator's name directly. Sort view. This icon here, if you click on it, will allow you to sort your task view by due date, priority, alphabetical order, or assignee. Creating sections. Let's now create this task by hitting the button. Now, if you want to create different sections inside your projects to further classify your tasks, then you can simply hover your cursor below the task area and a section divider appears. You could click and type here to add a section, or alternatively on the top you could find a 3 dots icon. Clicking on it, you will find an option to add a section here as well. Exploring more project options. Now that we have entered a tab where we find more options related to the project, you will first find the most needed option, the Edit Project option. It allows you to edit projects from the start. Next is the latest option added by Todoist, the Kanban board style view. I kind of like this view now. Here, you also have 2 options of importing and exporting. You can either import a project from another software saved as a CSV file into Todoist, or export your Todoist project into a CSV file. I will leave this for later. The project can be duplicated here. In case you want to make changes to the actual project but want to keep the original details for reference in the future, you can duplicate the project. If you want to create a task to your project directly from an email, then you can click here and use this code to get an email ID. You can email to this email ID and forward email to Todoist. next option is where you can add your project to a calendar feed. You could also share the link with a friend and they could add it to their calendars too. You can also view the completed task here. Here's how you can find your completed task. The Archives tab is where project can be added to the Archives section so that later they can be found for reference. The last option is where you can leave the project if you desire. Importing and exporting data. In case you previously used another tool to manage your work and are now wanting to shift all your data to Todoist, then let's learn how to import and export from Todoist. Suppose you have a spreadsheet with the data. You might be keeping a track of tasks in another program but might want to shift it to Todoist. So what is required is that you simply download the data from another software as CSV and import it into Todoist. Creating a CSV file. The template can be downloaded from the Todoist, where you can find out what format needs to be followed so that Todoist can read commands and import them accordingly. You could first type the column name as type to specify whether it is a task or a comment or a note. Later, you need to type the content, which is either your task or section or the comment. To insert a comment, we need to specify the type as note, and then later input our comment in the contents column. This will appear as a comment on your task. In order to set a priority level, you could enter the numbers from 1 till 4 in the priority column. If you want to specify a task as a parent task, you could enter the number 1 in the indent column. If you want to make a task a subtask, then you could input the indent number as 2. Similarly, you can also input the assignee, date, time, and language in the columns. Later, save the file into a CSV format. Import. Once you have your data as a CSV file format, then if you look at the top right hand side, you will find the 3 dots icon, and clicking on it will reveal a list of options. Click Import from Template. Attach your CSV file from your computer and watch it getting imported into Todoist. You can explore it now to see how your tasks and subtasks have been imported into Todoist. Export. To export all your project data from Todoist, once again you can find an exporting option within the 3 dots icon list. Click on it to reveal 2 options. Either export as a CSV file or share its URL with others. I personally really like this option that Todoist has, that it allows link sharing. My shared link will be added as task to the other members of the Todoist app. Marking tasks as done. Once your task is completed, you can mark it as done by checking the circular button next to the task. Integration of Todoist with other applications. Connect all the apps you use to get things done and keep it all organized with Todoist. The Todoist Integrations directory offers dozens of apps you can use to add helpful features to your to-do list. Google Assistant. By integrating Todoist with Google Assistant, you'll be able to add tasks, complete tasks, and read out your task based on your voice or type commands. To connect Todoist with Google Assistant, open Google Assistant and say, "Let me talk to Todoist." Give permission to link your Google Assistant account with your Todoist account. You may need to log into your Todoist account to do so. Access Todoist through Google Assistant on your Android, smart home, or iOS device. Here's an example. To start, say, "Okay Google, let me talk to Todoist." Your Todoist assistant will show up to help and you'll be able to ask it to do things. Google Calendar. Keep your Google Calendar and Todoist completely in sync with this real-time two-way integration. To set up the integration, click your avatar in the top right corner of Todoist. Select Integrations. Under Google Calendar, click Connect Calendar. Log in with your Google account. To grant Todoist access to your Google Calendar, click Allow. To grant Google Calendar access to your data, click Agree. Next, to set up the connection between your Todoist projects and the Google Calendar, click Add Calendar. Make the necessary settings and then click Connect. Once you've set up the integration, tasks with the due date or time from the selected Todoist projects will automatically be added to the calendar you've chosen. Use Google Chrome with Todoist. If you're looking to optimize the workflow between Todoist and Google Chrome, this Todoist extension is for you. You can install the extension in your browser. Later, you could add a website as a task by right-clicking. Go to the website you'd like to add as a task. Right-click anywhere on the page and select Add to Todoist. You can also select any text on the page, then right-click on it and select Add to Todoist. The selected text will then be used as the name for a newly created task. Toggle Track. Toggle Track is a time tracking app that can be integrated with Todoist when using Firefox or Chrome. With this integration, you can track the time you spend on each of your tasks directly in Todoist on Chrome or Firefox. To set up the integration, install the Toggle Track button for Chrome. Open the extension and log into your Toggle Track account. At the top right of the extension, click on the gear icon. In the Browser tab that opens, select the Integrations tab. In the Filter Integrations field, type Todoist and click the checkbox. In the browser pop-up, click Allow. In Todoist, click the Toggle Track button to the right of the task in the project list or in the task view. Once you're done working on the task, simply click the Toggle Track button again to stop the timer. Applications of Todoist. You probably want to know more about Todoist if you've landed yourself on this video. Let's discuss how a student or a business owner's experience of using Todoist can look like. A student's use case. If you are a student, you are probably using Todoist as an individual. You could quickly add tasks to your inbox as soon as it hits your head, or as soon as your teacher speaks of it during the class. The inbox is the dumping ground and you could sort it later. But you will just not forget anything. Your tasks might not have a due date as well. They might just be there as reminders. Sometimes you might need to collaborate with another student in your class and work together on a project. You could share your project with him by inviting him to Todoist and adding the task you built into his Todoist as well. To keep you motivated and on track, Todoist awards points for every task completed. Your Todoist can also look more personalized as you can have various tasks sorted inside different folders such as self-care, house chores, grocery, family, and may also contain study folders like an engineering folder. You could further divide your study tasks related to engineering into different sections such as numerical methods, physics, LADE, engineering basics, and more. It is advisable for a student to begin with the free plan at first. A businessman's use case. A businessman is obviously more professional, but always on the go. Your projects are going to be more profession-related and serious. There are going to be projects related to your product, such as planning, designing, packaging, blogging, marketing, and more. You can also use color codes. Each project can be further divided into sections to make things more organized, such as digital and print media sections. Descriptions can be added to tasks to make things more understandable. Various text formatting and labels can be used to add emphasis to tasks. Due dates and timings can also be set. It is also convenient to import or export projects to and from Todoist. You could also add members to a project so that all tasks are shared within the team and executed right away. Time spent on tasks can also be recorded by using the time tracker integration. Other apps can also be integrated with Todoist, such as the Google Assistant, and you can dictate your tasks since Todoist realizes that you're always in a rush. You could also create tasks directly from your email inbox. A business plan user can get backups created as well. Tips and tricks. We will be discussing some important tips and tricks of Todoist so that we can increase our productivity. These Todoist tips and tricks will help you gain much more from the tool. Drag and drop. Hovering your mouse on a task shows dots where you can drag it out and then drop it elsewhere. You could drag it little to the right and drop it to make one task the subtask of another task. Adding description. Adding a slight description with the task can elaborate on the task and make it easier to understand later or by any other team member. Customized inbox. Inbox is a default area where you can stash almost everything. But if you might like it more organized, then you can add section to it directly by typing #inbox and /section name. It quickly gets added to the appropriate section inside your inbox. Intelligent input. When setting up due dates, including those for recurring tasks, Todoist lets you use natural language input. If you want a task to repeat every Monday, you can type a shorthand like EV right alongside the task name, and Todoist will create a new instance of the task due on next Monday every time you mark the previous one complete. It can read other shorthands too, like TOM for tomorrow and more. Backup your data. Todoist keeps automatic backups of your data. From the Settings tab, go to your account, and there you can find all the backups along with date and time. You can download any of them and get a zip file containing a CSV file for each of your projects from date and time, which you could use to restore your data or move it to another app. Quick Add task. Todoist Smart Quick Add is the next best thing. Quick Add is the fastest way to add a new task from the plus sign. Set a due date or time by natural language input. Add labels by typing @ and more. Using search. You can use your Find search by entering queries directly in the search bar, such as typing P1 will give you all related results for priority level 1 task. Searching for today will give you today's task irrespective of separate labels or priorities. Try typing today and P2 together to get a list of tasks due today with priority level 2 together. Printing your task. To print your task, open the list you'd like to print, like inbox or maybe a specific project. At the top right, click your avatar and select Print. Text formatting. You can make your task stand out in bold by typing double steric text and then double steric again. Change the hyperlink text in your comments by typing text and then adding the hyperlink. Add emoji labels. To make your project and task names more understandable visually at a glance, add emojis to labels inside instead of typing text. While using Windows 10, press Windows key plus period to enter emoji. Add a project label or filter to favorite. Separate your highest impact tasks from the everyday noise by adding important projects, labels, and filters to your favorites. Right-click the project, label, or filter you want to add to your favorites. Forwarding emails to Todoist. Easily forward your emails from any email client to Todoist to add them as tasks or comments. The top right of a project, click on the three dots icon. Select email task to this project. Click Copy to clipboard next to the email address provided. Use this email address to forward emails to the project. The subject line will become the task name and the body of the email will be added as a comment. All attachments smaller than 25 MB will also be attached. Auto-sync theme. You can auto-sync themes across all the platforms where you use Todoist, such as your mobile. From your Avatar tab, go to Themes and sync any theme you like across all your devices. Keyboard shortcuts. Like every application, Todoist also has some handy shortcuts to save your time for quick add while typing a task or working with the software. To add a label, press @ To pick a project, press #. To pick a section, press /. To add an assignee, press +. To set a priority level, press P1 or P2 or P3 or P4. To open or close a menu, press M. To go to home view, press H. To add a task with Quick Add, press Q. To add a task at the bottom of the list, press A. Frequently asked questions. The best and the most important part of any product is the questions that arise related to it and the answers which provide a solution to it. Now, we will be discussing the most frequently asked questions for Todoist. Are tasks in archived projects included in the search results? Once the project is archived, it will not appear in the search result if you search for it. For example, yesterday's search results will not bring yesterday's task anymore, since we have already archived it. How can I add a link that includes a parenthesis like this link? You have to encode the parenthesis in the URL using %encoding. For this link, the first parenthesis should be replaced with %28 and the second parenthesis should be replaced with %29. So the URL to use in Todoist would appear like this. Can I merge several Todoist accounts? Unfortunately, it's not possible to merge separate Todoist accounts. If you'd like to transfer your data, like active tasks or projects, from one account to another, you can do so by exporting and importing the projects. Simply back up all the data in your account as a CSV file and then import them into your other account. Why can't I assign a task to multiple people? Todoists believe in the concept of having a direct, responsible individual, which ensures that a single person is always clearly responsible for any given task. This is why Todoist decides not to allow for a single task to be assigned to multiple people at once. Some alternatives can be tried, such as splitting the task into smaller subtasks, or duplicating tasks, or using comments to alert others. Can I use Todoist offline? Using Todoist offline is a great way to stay organized anywhere, anytime. Todoist offline mode is automatically activated whenever you don't have access to the internet on the following platforms like the web, Android, iOS, macOS, and Windows 10. Any changes that you make in Todoist while offline will be automatically synced with the server as soon as you reconnect to the internet. Before going into offline mode, please ensure that you're logged into Todoist, as you cannot log into the app while offline. Does Todoist offer phone support? No, Todoist does not offer phone support, but the support team is there to help you, and you can also reach out to them via Twitter. Why are some of my tasks missing when using the import? Make sure you double check that every cell has the correct content. If a mistake was made in a cell, Todoist will ignore the row and move on to the next one. Please note that the contents such as task section or a note written in the type column are case sensitive and should be written in the lower case. My project is in the board view and I want to export it as a CSV file. If I later import it again, will it retain the board view? Yes, it will. Whether you export a project as a CSV file in list view or in board view, it will retain that view once it is imported. Hope you enjoyed the video. Do let us know in the comments about your favorite to-do app which lets you increase your productivity and how. Until next time.